Going on YouTube? Happy Monday night. Sorry about that. I have a couple of M2 Dodge Charger Daytonas for sale if any of you are interested. I accept PayPal, friends and family. Asking $20 for the pair. That includes shipping if you're in the lower 48 United States. The spoilers are good and firm. The cars are in mint condition. Loose mint. Now these cars are auto hauler exclusives, so you're not going to find these. You could probably find them on the secondary market on eBay or something like that. But because they weren't available individually, you would need to buy the auto haulers that they came in. You can see this one has the blue tires. It's awesome Goodyear. This is actually a casting I think M2 does really, really well. Particularly this one that doesn't have the opening doors. I prefer not having opening doors in this scale. It's just too small of a scale to do that. So here's one of them. I'm selling them as a pair. Here's the other one. This is one of my favorite M2 cars of all time. I'm not big on M2, but this thing is totally amazing. I think I might even regret selling this one. But you can see, so this one came like this with basically a roached out race car, and then it also came, there was another variation where the car was brand new mint condition. Looks exactly the same but without all the grime. So I guess basically this would be your post-race look, or maybe even maybe even looks like it's been sitting for a long time. But you can see really, really, really nice detail. And I know I pick on M2. It's not without good reason. I think most of it's warranted. But these cars are pretty awesome. So $20 gets you the pair, and like I said, that includes shipping. If you are in the continental 48 United States, that price will include shipping. If you're outside of the United States, I'll give you a $5 credit towards shipping. So anything above $5, you would just pay the actual shipping above $5. Plus, you would also be responsible for any international eBay fees that exist. So anyways, just wanted to show those. It's the first time I've ever thrown anything up for sale on YouTube. They are posted on Instagram. I'm not sure if I'm going to go to eBay with them or not yet. Anyways, I got out a bunch of Konami cars because I think I might sell a few of these. Mainly just because they're castings that I have multiples of. I'll start with this one here. This is a Mazda RX7 Savannah. You can see how awesome these cars are. These cars are so cool, and they are so hard to find, and they are pricey when you find them. If I saw somebody throw up a lot of 6 or 7 of these at right around $7 a car, $6, $7 a car, I would jump on that. So this is your Mazda. Dope little car. I mean, just a ton of detail. It has some fingerprints. They clean up real nice. These are all in loose mint condition as well. The next one would be this one here. This is a Nissan Violet. I think this was I think this was available in the US, but I think it was like a Datsun B210 or something like that. That's a really cool car. These all have lens, headlights, and tail lights. These cars, to me, kind of, I think, are closest to the Tomica Limited Vintage from just the way they look. The TLVs are definitely nicer. The TLVs have metal base, these have plastic base. But, like, the wheels and tires, the suspension, all the trim and everything, to me, they're closest to a TLV. But that's another one that would be in that lot. Another one that would be in the lot is this one here. This is a Japan Skyline. This thing is sweet. Look at those wheels. 2000 GT Turbo. Nice detail. This is one of the last Skylines that had the surf line for a while until the when did it come back? The R32? Anyways, that's a really cool car there too. These cars on eBay are usually around $20 to $30 a piece. Now that usually comes with the base and the little plastic bubble. And mine will be sold just loose, but they will have, I do have little plastic loose car protectors that they would ship in. The last one from this that I'm going to show in this video that would be in that lot is this one here. This is about between a $30 and $40 car, but I have it in red and silver, so I'm willing to let one of them go, and that is this Toyota Celica GT. Just showed this in a very recent video. I don't remember what year this one is. I don't think they listed on the bottom of the car. Toyota Celica Coupe. $2005. Look how awesome that thing looks, though. Looks like a real car. So that's 4 of the cars, and there would be a few more. Anyways, I'm going to show some more. These ones are not going to be sold. These are all castings. I just have one. I don't have duplicates or even color variations. So I just showed that Toyota Celica GT. Well, here we have another Celica GT. I think one of these is a 76 and one of them I think is a 72. But I don't know which one is which. But here's the other Celica GT. This thing is so bad. I love it. And I don't think TLV ever did this car, so I'm pretty sure. I don't think Kyosho did either. So this is it. This is the one and only. Check that thing out. That looks so killer. Really cool little car. Toyota Celica. Then we have, I guess we'll finish up with the Toyotas before we move on. So we showed a couple of Celicas. Now I'm going to show a Toyota Live-In Corolla. This is another one where I just have the one. You can see like on where they attach the bumper and the tail lights, it looks really good, but you can tell it's not nearly as clean as the Tomica Limited Vintage. I've got a Datsun 510 Bluebird that would be in that lot. And that's another good example where you can see the difference between these and Tomica. But this thing is just awesome. The front end on that. So those would be the Toyotas and the Nissans with one Mazda. So I guess we'll finish up with the Mazdas. Here is, this thing is awesome too. I think this is the first Konami that I ever bought. It's a Mazda Familia rotary coupe. Really cool looking car. All of these cars I think are really cool looking, obviously, which is why I acquired them. So there you go with a couple Mazdas with the Familia and the Savannah RX7. And then the last Mazda that I'll show is a Cosmo, but it's not, probably not the one you're thinking. This is a much later model Mazda Cosmo. It kind of reminds me of a Chevrolet Citation a little bit. Very, very cool looking car. It's like a champagne color. Definitely better looking than the Citation. But for some reason, that's kind of what it reminds me of. Check out the front end. Look at that front end. So those are some of the Mazdas. So if you know, in any of my videos, if you ever hear me talk about Konami, this is that brand that I'm talking about. You can see this one here does have a very unfortunate paint flaw there. Maybe some testers would touch that up. And then the last two, I'll do this one first. This one's a really cool little car. Subaru 1000. Don't know what year it is. Kind of resembles the Mazda Familia. A little bit different though. Really cool car, really compact car. These are pretty darn close to actual scale. So I don't know if they are true 1:64. I think they are. But just to give you like a scale comparison, I have this Chevy C10 green light. So you can see the definite size difference there. But, you know, they still look great with the detail. So that is your Subaru 1000. This is a car that TLV did do. I think they might have done the Familia too. But I think they did a different body style on the Familia. What I know that TLV didn't do is they didn't do the live-in Corolla. I don't think. If they did, it was a long time ago and they're impossible to find. They didn't do either one of these Celicas. So they didn't do this Mazda Cosmo. So that's one cool thing about Konami is a lot of the stuff doesn't cross over to TLV, which allows you to get stuff that you otherwise wouldn't be able to get. This one here is probably going to be a pretty popular one. It's a first generation Honda Civic hatchback. And I had one of these in green and I traded it away. Now I have my red one. It's like a reddish orange color. But this one here will stay in the collection. Another good example, another good there you go. So that's a true 1:64 scale international flatbed. And that is what your first generation Honda Civic would look like on the back of it. Very small car, almost like putting a go-kart up there. And probably the biggest car here out of these is this Mazda Cosmo, because it's probably the only one that's really, I don't know. I think this is the only one that would fill up a Hot Wheels blister, I'll tell you that. So, oh, look at that. Now we're going to take one quick final look. So if any of you are interested in some of my Konami duplicates, I'll be selling just the duplicates. Not, I won't be selling anything that I only have one casting of. But if you're interested in the duplicates, definitely let me know. I have so much stuff I gotta do. So many cars I have to pack. God, I hate moving. All right. Oh, by the way, someone commented on my video last night about every YouTuber should know the three main things: lighting, sound, and content. Yes, I'm aware that the ceiling fan sucks. I'm aware that they're cheap and easy to replace and blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I'm going to be here another 2 weeks. My last video, I'm waiting on a package. I'm hoping I get it by this weekend. Once I get that package, I'm going to make a video, show the content, and then after that, I'm done. I'm not going to be making any videos until I get moved and settled, and then I have to build another diorama, and that could take a month or two. So I'm not worried about the ceiling fan. I appreciate everybody's concern. I know it drives you all nuts, and I apologize. But I'm not going to oil it. I'm not going to replace it. It's just, I'm not going to turn it off. If you don't like it, feel free to turn the video off or mute it or whatever. It's not that much longer, and you won't have to worry about it. But I definitely appreciate those of you that do grind it out and put up with it, because I know it sucks. It would drive me nuts as a viewer. I try to put myself in your guys' shoes. I think both of these Celicas look really, really good. The lighting is kind of off, but that thing right there, looks sweet. And then this thing here looks killer. Corolla, Cosmo, Nissan Violet, Nissan Skyline. It's a very cool car there. I have one of these in black as well. I also have the Kyosho, same car from Kyosho, in red, which the Kyosho is significantly nicer. But that's not to take away from how nice these Konamis actually are, because they are really nice. And actually, this thing here kind of reminds me of a Konami. It reminds me more of a Konami than it would a Kyosho or something like that. And I don't even know who makes this. I think it's Carorama. It's not a 1:64 scale Land Rover. However, it is an awesome looking Land Rover. So, alright, well, thanks for checking out the video. You all have a great rest of your night, and I will holler at the next video.